Hey guys, it's your girl Aubrey back with another Aubrey's Learning Corner. Woo-hoo. So, as you know, for the past couple of days, we've been talking about some pretty cool stuff like the theory of evolution, the origins and developments, a lot of stuff. So, now we got a cool new topic for y'all, and that topic is causes of change. Yep. Now, causes of change. There is a lot of different things when it comes to change. I can't even list them all. Alright, now let's start reading about the causes of change. Much evolutionary change results from the interaction of two processes. Mutation produces random variation in the biological makeup of species or a population, that is, individuals of the same species living in the same area. Natural selection sorts out these random changes according to their value in enhancing the individual's reproduction and survival. Mutations. Mutation is a permanent change in the hereditary material of an organism. Mutations may produce changes to the inherited characteristics of an organism. To understand how mutations produce these changes, one must understand how characteristics are inherited. How characteristics are inherited. Hereditary characteristics of organisms are carried by thread-like structures called chromosomes in cells. Chromosomes carry large numbers of genes. The basic units of... Why do I always have brain farts in the middle of things? How characteristics are inherited. Hereditary characteristics of organisms are carried by thread-like structures called chromosomes in cells. Chromosomes carry large numbers of genes, the basic units of heredity. Among most animals and plants, each body cell has a full set of paired chromosomes. Human body cells, for example, have 46 chromosomes arranged in 23 pairs. Offspring inherit half a set of chromosomes from each parent. Fertilization. Okay, that's nice. Parents pass on their chromosomes to their offspring during sexual reproduction. Okay, nice. Egg and sperm cells have half the number of chromosomes found in all the other cells of the body. During reproduction, a sperm and an egg unite in the process called fertilization, and the fertilized egg then has the full number of chromosomes. Come on. That's great. Now, all right, next one. Recombination. Sometimes the genes from one of a pair of chromosomes change places with genes on the other pair as a sperm or egg cell forms. This change in the arrangement of genes, called recombination, can result in new combinations of inherited traits. How mutations change a species. Mutations introduce new hereditary characteristics. For this reason, they are the building blocks of evolutionary change and the development of new species. Mutations may be caused by environmental factors such as chemicals and radiation, which alter the DNA in genes, or by errors in the copying of DNA during cell division. After a gene has changed, it duplicates itself in its changed form. If these mutant genes are present in the egg or sperm cells of an organism, they may alter some inherited characteristics. Unfavorable traits. Mutations occur regularly but are usually infrequent, and most of them produce unfavorable traits. In most cases, such mutant genes are eliminated by natural selection because most individuals that inherit them die before producing any offspring. Favorable traits. Some mutations, however, help organisms adapt better to the environment. These beneficial mutations provide the raw material for evolutionary change. That's super interesting. So there's unfavorable traits and favorable traits. The description basically makes a lot of sense for the title. Good mutations. Quick swig. Good mutations. Mutations that help an organism survive will be passed on. A plant in a dry area might have a mutant gene that causes it to grow longer roots. Never heard of that. Since this plant's roots could reach deeper for water, it could have a better chance of survival than others of its species. And because it has a better chance of survival, it is more likely to reproduce and pass its genes on to the next generation. That is so interesting. Natural selection. The theory of natural selection was natural selection. Staff, do you think you could get me some more literacy juice? Here you go. Thank you. Natural selection. The theory of natural selection was first explained in detail in the 1850s by the British naturalist Charles Darwin. That's nice. Natural selection is a process in nature by which the organisms best suited to their environment are the ones most likely to leave offspring. This process has been called survival of the fittest, though a more accurate term would be reproduction of the fittest. Plants and animals produce many offspring, but some of the young die before they can become parents. Aww. According to Darwin's theory, natural selection determines which members of a species die prematurely and which ones survive and reproduce. Whoa, that's super cool. Oh, thank you. We got some more literacy juice. Thank you. Variation. The theory of natural selection is based on the great variation among even closely related individuals. In most cases, no two members of a species are exactly alike. Each has a unique combination of such traits as size, color, and ability to withstand cold or other harsh conditions. Competition. In any environment, the members of a species with traits that will allow them to catch food or escape predators will more likely to survive and reproduce. No, I gotta redo competition. It's okay. Competition. In any environment, the members of a species with traits that allow them to catch food or escape predators will be more likely to survive and reproduce. Competition. Only a limited supply of food, water, and other necessities of life exists for all the organisms that are produced. Therefore, the organisms must constantly compete for these necessities. They also struggle against such dangers as being destroyed by animals that prey on them or by unfavorable weather. Ugh, that's not good. In any environment, some members of a species have combinations of traits that help them. Other members have traits that are less suitable for that environment. The organisms with the favorable traits are more likely to survive, reproduce, and pass on those traits to their young. Organisms that are less able to compete are likely to die prematurely or to produce few or inferior offspring. As a result, the favorable traits replace the unfavorable ones in the species. Different environments. If the environment changes, different traits or combinations of traits may become favorable to survival, and the overall character of a species might change. That's cool. In this way, a species adapts to its environment and avoids extinction. If two populations of a species live in different environments, they will probably develop differently. Eventually, they may differ so much that they become two separate species. That's so interesting. So like two animals of the same species in different areas, in different environments. There we go. In different environments. If they stay in those different environments and they reproduce and reproduce and reproduce, they might actually make a whole new species. Whoa, never heard of that before. Alright, well that's all I got for today, but it was so cool learning about the causes of change. What about you guys? Was it cool? Nice answers. Alright, so don't be sad. I'll be back tomorrow with a cool new topic to talk about. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow. And always remember to keep reading. And always make sure it's cool to be a nerd. Nerds are smart. They get to know cool things, like all about the stuff in this book. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.